I started this piece over a year ago, and it's finally finished. I'm going to show you the process anyway, but the middle part of this video is quite old and a little bit rambly. Anyway, enjoy. This is my latest creation, cobbled together with a few bits of new. These plasma coils were new, but the rest of it was bits that I bought from eBay and have butchered up. So the platform at the top comes off. Again, this has just been put together so that it's the right size. Little space there. I didn't have enough to cut another platform. So this is designed to be used with the landing platform on top, and to create quite an open space underneath. So I'm going to paint these bits separately, just because this is quite nicely painted already. So I'm going to weather it, but leave it as it is. So these bits will be glued onto the side. This part here, again, I'm just going to leave and weather on. A bit in the middle. So I ummed a lot of different ways of doing it, but I ended up with this. And this bit in the middle is half of a Coffee Mates can. The absolute perfect size to go on here. So whether you're building a big one or a smaller one, or just extending it out by a couple of centimeters, absolutely perfect. So I've cut an extra hole there, put some grate on the inside, and then this mesh on the outside, and there's going to be lights in there which will shine through. What I also did here was cut out the hole there so that a light will come through there as well. Thought about drilling the eye, but again, I think it's good as it is. So here we are. I've sprayed everything in black and then a light silver undercoat. So some of it will be red to match the flooring and the rest of the design. Some of it's going to stay in the silver. Glued the barricades on the top here and made some makeshift barricades, railings. So bits of sprue, interesting looking bits of sprue that have been cut down and made into makeshift barricades. Oh, sorry, railings. Yeah, should look good. So I'm going to do the ladders last after the painting, yeah, looks good. So these are the LED lights that I would use on a terrain. They come, pack of 3 is about £12. So they're a string of bottle lights. This would go in the top, and you'd separate these all out into a bottle. Just twist to turn on. Now I've used these on a lot of my builds, either just hidden inside or with a switch. So what's good about these is they're a very small scale, so very small lights, so they fit in quite well with the scale of the miniatures. So obviously you could colour these if you wanted. You can cut them down, so if if you cut the wire there, you would have just a string of 2. You can cut it anywhere along there if you wanted to. I'm sure you could put some sort of colour over. That's what I'm thinking of doing on a couple of mine. And you can bunch them together as well to give a much brighter light. These are a bit more expensive than the brown ones, the battery ones, because they're USB rechargeable, which is really nice if you forget to turn them off, or just over time, if you've got this hidden away in your miniature somewhere, then trying to get it out to change the batteries can be a bit of a pain. So that's why I spend a bit more money to get these ones. So they can be disguised in a miniature quite easily. Here, put inside, and this is the recharging port. Now obviously getting inside to turn it off, on and off, is a pain, which is why this is wired up to a push switch. And then, so what I've done on the crane part here is take the casing off, which reveals quite a small battery and tiny little switch here, tiny little switch there, which can be turned on and off. A bit of a fiddle, but you don't have the big lumpy cork sticking out. And then same here, so the casing's all been taken off, strip the cork off of there, and it's put inside this piece, a little bit of cutting, and then disguised so that it can be easily recharged and looks part of the scenery. So what I would do is unravel it all, and with this piece here you just need to decide where your switch would go. So I think I'm going to break the casing off of this and just pop a magnet underneath here so that it can clip in and it will be out of the way. And then it's just a case of just running the wire through where you think would look good underneath the platforms. Maybe bunch a couple at the top here. The wire's very bendable and will stick in place, and then hot glue in where I want it to go. Do that before the painting, after the spray coats, but before the painting, and then that way it can be, the wires can be painted over. So bunch a couple together under here. Just string them around, a couple of dry fits, see how it looks, and then glue them in place. Obviously the hot glue you can take apart if you need to. Yeah, as simple as that. Anyway, after all of that, here it is. Changed a few times along the way, but I think I made the right decisions. It still butts up to all of the other terrain, still holds on to everything that it started with, and yeah, let's see this in some other videos about Necromunda terrain. Thanks for watching all the way through if you have, and I know it was a bit rambly there in the middle, but hopefully it was all right. Anyway, thank you and look forward to seeing it soon.